सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.
You're listening to Bare Knuckle Bhakti Shorties on the Bhakti Recovery Podcast with Jiva G, coming at you every Monday with a little spiritual something. Hey, hi Krishna everyone. It's me, your friend Jiva. Good morning. I'm out for my walk. There are a lot of topics swimming around in my head. And one of the most prominent ones is, I was having this discussion with somebody. And it just showed me sort of how, the discussion was one of priorities. And that everybody has a different priority, especially when we're talking about a community. And the priorities, while building a community or being in a community or being a member of community, are interdependent upon each other as a functioning body. And each organ has its purpose. And I find often when we are not emotionally healed, they become distorted and different organs function too much and others not enough. And it becomes unhealthy, just like a body. If your liver is over-functioning, it's going to cause trouble. If your heart's over-functioning, it's going to cause trouble. And it's going to affect all the other organs, just as in a community, just as in families, just as in even the parts of ourselves. So that perception, that this what I'm presenting right now can apply and is applicable to every functioning community, whether that's a spiritual community, a sober community, a family community, or the community that we hold within ourselves. And I found it very difficult, even for myself. I can walk around here and say, oh, well, this is a priority and that should be. We all know the body to a certain degree. We're not all doctors, but all of us kind of know. And we can intuitively know in which direction what part of the body needs our help. So I was having this conversation. So back to what I was saying, I just needed to sort of formulate that so you know what I'm talking about. So I was having a discussion with somebody about this person was talking from the standpoint of a deity, of his deities, the deities which he worships. For those of you who don't know, that's just like a statue of Krishna, a statue of God, Radha Krishna, Jagannath, whatever it is, Gornitai. These are all sort of like, if you go to a Catholic church, you'll see Jesus or Mary. So these beautiful deities, these that we all have. And each deity has a certain rasa, has a certain flavor, has a certain mood. And we sort of, from the stories that we hear of that deity, of that incarnation, we start to build a relationship in that mood. And this person has not anymore the possibility of worshiping those deities or coming to those deities because the community fell apart. And I was trying to explain that this mood of giving, this mood of service, this mood of true love for God can be taken almost anywhere. And this person sort of insisted that it wasn't about the people. It was, community is not a thing for him, but the deities are the most important thing. And I tried to explain, and this is the thing. This is not he's right, I'm wrong, or I'm right, he's wrong. It has nothing to do with that. What it has to do with is two different ways of thinking and different priorities and different important bits. And maybe some people, all doctors are doctors and they have their specialities. Some doctors study the heart. Some doctors specialize in the gut. Some in the mouth. So while we're all sort of doctors of life, we all have our own special points of interest. And these special points of interest, so I'm saying that this person is coming from his special point of interest and I'm from mine. So I tried to explain that mood of service to the deities, that mood of being attached to the deities, is interdependent on the community. And there started a sort of a back and forth, definitely not a fight or something like that, just a sharing of the important aspects. And the important aspect for this person was the relationship with the deities and the sadness that he can't see the deities because they're locked in a small room somewhere. I guess. I don't really know. I don't know the details. And so my play on that was, how did that happen? How does it happen that there's a thriving community, the community falls apart, and the deities are standing alone? How does stuff like that happen? And my only answer to that is dysfunction. Emotional immaturity, unsolved issues, incapabilities of working together, which we all have. I'm definitely not pointing the finger because that's what we all have. And so my point to all of this, my friends, we all have a chance to get a program to heal ourselves. It's always principles before personalities in a community. And I can tell you how many times I've been angry at other people in communities and had resentments about other people in the communities. But if we don't keep principles before personalities, that community, and you get the right, let's say you get the right personality, if you get a personality who's leading that community, who's completely has unresolved issues and projects his unresolved or her unresolved issues on the community, this is going to even cause more dysfunction. So my point here is we have to take care of ourselves and keep the principles before personality rule no matter where we go. I'm wondering if everyone knows what principles before personalities mean. It starts with I'm taking my own inventory. It starts with what am I bringing to the table and what am I lacking in bringing to the table? What healthy things am I bringing to the table and what character flaws am I bringing to the table? What emotional unsolved issues am I bringing to the table? How am I contributing to the dysfunction of this community? And I think if everyone's very honest with themselves, everybody brings something like that to the table. Yes, we can say the very perfect thing is to just concentrate on Krishna and just concentrate on going to temple and just concentrate on our sadhana and just concentrate on the community. And yes, that exists and that is true. However, there's other things because we are all tainted. We are all under the control of the ever grappling three modes of material nature. Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva. All of us. The thing is, if we're not communicating with each other and we're not putting those things on the table, sometimes we're blind. We're in the thick of it. And sometimes when we're in the thick of it, we don't see it. So I was just using that as an example. I don't want to say anything. This has absolutely no judgment or anything. It was just a situation that made me think, are we putting principles before personalities? Are we aware that our material actions that we're trying to spiritualize on a daily basis are affecting our community as a whole? Do we know that? Can we step out? Can we step out of that? Talk to somebody? Try to get another opinion about where we're at? You know, I've never really had... I think out of all of the issues that I've had in life, being open to bettering myself has become something that I welcome in my life. I welcome it. And I know how I can be. I can be forceful. I can be demanding. Sometimes I can be too straightforward, a little bit too blunt. That's just something that I have to work on and try to be a little softer sometimes. Try to be a little bit more understanding sometimes. And I'm not saying that the whole community doesn't do this. I'm just saying sometimes we really need to wake up and getting out of the shame and blame, getting out of that whole shame and blame game and, blaming other people. It's like this because of you. I'm like this because of you. Healthy boundaries, a little self-awareness. And, I expect from my community, with the people with whom I spend my time with, share my life with, I expect from them reflections. I expect from my people, and I'm hoping that I'm their people too, honest, authentic conversations. So in the end, all of this, what I'm talking about, just ask yourself, where am I at? Where do I have resentments? Where am I not bringing my A game to the table in community? Where am I saying, oh, well, this person did this and I'm just not going to whatever, so I'm not going there anymore, or I'm not going to do this anymore. What if you can gently express your feelings to that person, regardless of the outcome? What if? What if you say, hey, when you say that to me, I feel this and this. Or when that happened, this is what it did with me. Or talk to someone else and ask them, hey, this is what I'm feeling right now. Can I have a second opinion? Someone who you know that's not going to let you slide into, yeah, that's right. You should be angry. And if you can't challenge yourself, get someone to challenge you. Challenge your thoughts. There's a 12-step process that will take you through all of this. The Bhakti process is exactly the same. It's just a lot more vast. And we can rest comfortably in a 12-step process, getting through all of these things that I'm talking about in the vast world of the Vedas. We allow the 12-step process to be our automobile in the world of Bhakti, driving through. It is our toolkit. It is our safe space. But it only works if we work it. Why do you think that AA has survived so long and NA has survived so long? It's because we try to put principles before personalities. And I'm trying to instill that in our community. And I think everybody does to the best of their ability as well. I really don't think that anyone's trying to destroy anything. I just think that we're all full of issues. And there's a way out of those issues, or at least a way to look at them in a responsible manner instead of burying them, wishing them away, or hoping that they'll just, disappear at some point. Anyway, I said quite enough. I love you guys. And I'll see you next week. Hare Krishna. Oh, yes. By the way, remember, we have retreats coming up. I will be in Los Angeles in August. The very first week of August. I'll be there for Ratha Yatra. I'm really hoping to see somebody, anyone from here. If you are listening to this and you've heard it here and you're going to be in LA for the Ratha Yatra the first weekend in August, come up and say hi to me. I'd love to talk. I'm also doing the next weekend another retreat. Those details are coming together. They will be with you next week. I will tell all the details, where and how and when. and all of that. All that in Los Angeles in August. And then, of course, the Bhakti Recovery Group retreat at Super Soul Farm in upstate New York at Raghu's place. I'm so much looking forward to that. Go to our website, check it out, check out where I am. I just got back from the UK, got back from, where else was I? Simachalam. The Sringadev weekend. It was amazing and enlightening. Love you guys. I'm sure you hear all the kids in the background. I think it's recess at school here, so kind of loud. Hari Hari Bol. Thanks for listening. I hope you liked the Monday Shorties. Don't forget to check out our full-length episodes on Thursdays. If you like what you heard, spread the word. Peace out.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.